Hello, we are in Othello, Washington, upstate Washington, amid all of the apple orchards, and we thought we would share some hot tips and highlights from our halfway point. We are 50 days of our epic exploration, now traveling 27 states, 10,000 miles, and we're halfway there. Love, what would you say was your number one harrowing experience so far? White knuckle, what?
When you're driving a 31-foot bus with a 12-foot trailer, there's a lot. But I think the one that shocked me the most was coming out of Kansas, and we found ourselves immediately going up this steep grade. We went to 8,200 feet, and I was just watching the speedometer go from 65 to 60 to 55 to 50, and I've got my foot to the metal, and I'm just losing ground going up this hill. And I got to a place where I was like, am I gonna get up this hill? And you know, our Rolling Stone, she was made for this.
She did it.
And she got us to the crest, and then it was hang on because we're going steep grade downhill, and that was okay. I you know, Tennessee, the Georgia, the Carolina, I know how to ride mountains. I was not prepared for the 8,200 foot climb. That was like, oh my gosh, are we gonna make it?
That was white knuckled.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That was white knuckled.
It was early on too, so I hadn't really done any serious steep grades yet. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is just Kansas. What are we gonna do when we get to Washington? So,
well, okay, what has been your wow? Did not expect that. That was amazing experience.
We had been given a heads up by our brother Craig that going across the Great Basin is dull, it's hot, it's a desert, it is the Great Basin. What I was not prepared for were the salt flats. You leave in Salt Lake City and there's the Salt Lake, and there's the Salt Lake. The Salt Lake is huge. I think they said it's the third or fourth largest lake in the country. I had no idea, but maybe my stats are wrong. It's huge. But bigger than that are miles. I mean, we drove for an hour, and there was just white on both sides. And it wasn't sand. It wasn't the beach. It was salt flats. As far as you could see, miles and miles of salt. I had no idea. None. That was very unexpected and impressive.
Okay, so what would be your hot tip if you were going to do this again, or you knew somebody was going to do this trip? What are some of the things that you wish that we had done or that we knew? What are some hot tips?
All right, we had read pack your clothes, then lay them out, cut them in half, and pack those. I would say cut them again. You'll see in our videos we're wearing generally the same 4 or 5 things because they're comfortable. You're gonna get dirty. This is we're camping. This isn't even glamping. It was glamping, but you get dirty. So I think we've got more clothes than we need. I also would try to plan for as much as you can, but you're not going to be able to anticipate everything. But bring as much as you can in terms of tools, tape, hardware, that type of thing. For example, we've lost our rear light. This is the second time the rear light has popped off that trailer, and it's because our roads are in such bad shape in some of these states. We're going down the road and it's like blah, 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 blah.
What's it like?
And oh my gosh, and it literally vibrates. Like this is the second, and I've got them wrenched down hard, and they're still vibrating off, and I can't tell when they go flying off. So we just unpacked here, and I said, okay. So we got cut off a little bit. I just was saying, pack what you can in terms of tools and nuts and bolts and tape. Oh my gosh, Gorilla tape, because you're probably going to need it. And I'm glad I brought as many tools as I did. So I would just be prepared for hardware-wise, that type of thing. So in fair play, we turn things around now, and so I'll ask you, what are your hot tips?
I think I have three primary hot tips. One is ice cubes. Have an ice cube tray, and that was really your hot tip, that you wish that we had brought ice cube trays, because not every place that we've gone to has ice or has a camp store. In fact, when we went to Cape Girardeau, they didn't even have the management in the office. So, I mean, be prepared for that. The second thing is quarters. Like you said, we're wearing the same thing primarily over and over again, but they are clean. They are clean, I gotta say. But having lots of quarters for the laundry, and I would say laundry is anywhere from $1.50 to $2.50 for a wash load and a dryer load. And then the third thing I would say is, when we were up in the Olympic Peninsula, we were getting pinged for roaming charges out of Canada. So I would say, if you're hovering up around that northern border, make sure you've got an international plan. Those I think would be my big hot tips. Not really that big, you know.
So what's your wow moment? What just took your breath away?
I think as I reflect back on everything we've done, and it's been a lot. It's been amazing. I think the one thing, and I'm getting teary-eyed, and it's just because Claire gets teary-eyed, is when we were standing looking at the Grand Canyon, and I was standing next to my granddaughter. The 3 granddaughters came with us for 2.5 weeks. 3 of our 5 granddaughters, 3 of our 7 grandchildren, and Sophia looked at the Grand Canyon and she just said, wow. And I think to have shared that with her, the Grand Canyon, no matter how many times you go, it is a wow. I think that was probably the most touching, poignant moment so far.
So what's been your biggest stress? You know, mine was hitting the slope. What has caused you the most angst?
I think, oh my gosh, when we were leaving Las Vegas and we took a wrong turn at my direction, I own it, a wrong turn down a no outlet street, and we had to turn around. So we had to disconnect the trailer, take the motorcycle off. You took the motorcycle off, pack up the trailer, turn the RV around, reconnect the trailer, reload the motorcycle, and the security manager from some corporate headquarters office that we were at came out and was literally breathing down our necks. When are you going to go? When are you going to do? Oh, you can't drive the RV? Oh, you can't drive the motorcycle? Oh, how come you can't turn this around? It was very, very stressful because he needed it done fast, and I get it. I don't blame him at all. He was a security manager. The day before, another RV had made the same exact wrong turn and had smashed into one of the employees' trucks. So I get it, but it was a stressful moment. We were in and out of there fast, I gotta say, 20, 30 minutes, but still, that was stressful.
So that's the extent of it. There's lots and lots of other anecdotal things that we could go on about, but you really got to just experience it yourself. This has been an amazing trip. We're only halfway done, and I am so looking forward to what's on the other side now. This is going to be great. Watch these little vignette that we've got of some of the pictures for the first 50 days, and we will talk to you soon.